We have to ask ourselves, how did we get here? How did this amendment end up on our ballot?
My name is Sarah Johnson. I'm the statewide grassroots director for Vote No on 4 Florida. When you talk about Amendment 4, it's really important to remember that this amendment has no doctors, it has no definitions. It removes parental consent for a minor's abortion, and it could cause taxpayer-funded elective abortion.
Amendment 4 is a big deal to me because God and God alone has authority over life and death.
We have an amendment that has a double language to it.
And Amendment 4 is a very dangerous amendment. There's deceptive language that's tricking good people into voting for murder.
I want to encourage you to vote no on 4. It's because if it's enshrined in our Constitution, it will set the pro-life movement and all the good that we have done in Florida with regards to life back a generation.
As a Christian, we know that it's our call to stand for those who can't speak for themselves. More than anybody else, those who can't speak for themselves would be the unborn.
You have an opportunity to save 40,000 baby boys and girls each year.
Enmienda 4. No es lo que parece. Es demasiado extrema.
Esta enmienda quiere legalizar el aborto a cualquier edad.
It's going to solidify abortion without any limits.
When I was pregnant with my second child, my doctor saw an abnormal ultrasound and thought it was appropriate to harass me to get an abortion that I did not want. He threatened with all kinds of possible disabilities for my son. He even called me at home to try to convince me of his plan of care. And it wasn't until he could no longer make money off of an abortion that the harassment stopped. I am a Christian woman, married. I'm a strong individual, and that man almost broke me. So I want to ask you, what if I was your daughter and you weren't even there?
As a pastor in a less than community, so to speak, and that's quote unquote, 4 generations of family coming to the church and sat down with me, and the youngest one was fully convicted, weeping and crying. And when I asked her why she was crying because she felt convicted about the abortion that she had and that she had killed her baby. But it's not just that she felt convicted, the family felt convicted. They felt a sense of a loss. The community felt a loss because we have no idea what that life may have done to benefit the community.
My name is Eric Dellenbach, and I serve as the Governor's Liaison for Faith and Community in the Executive Office of the Governor of Ron DeSantis here in the state of Florida. The reason we must be against Amendment 4, I think so many people believe, well, if this happens, we'll just change it in a couple years or a year from now. We'll elect different leaders, we'll do different things. A constitutional amendment, which I would pray that most Floridians educate themselves on, would change the highest level and body of our law for generations.
We did a massive poll just recently. We got the results back from George Barna, and we found that literally 49% of people of faith plan not to vote in this election. That is millions of people not voting.
Government estimates are clear. If this amendment passes, 40,000 additional abortive deaths will happen annually in the state of Florida at a minimum. And Florida may become an abortion destination. We can't let that happen.
And that's why I'm voting no on Amendment 4.
So I strongly encourage you to vote no on Amendment 4.
If you feel like Florida is a state for life, then vote no on Amendment 4.
Así que, vota no a la enmienda 4.
I would encourage everybody to vote no on Amendment 4.
Please vote no on Amendment 4.
By saying no to Amendment 4, we're counting on you to help us.
Thank you for being a part of what is going to save this state from the greatest slaughter of human lives in history by defeating Amendment 4.